People of the internet, hello, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. I am still very much ill. Half of my throat is on fire, half of it isn't. It does quite hurt to eat and drink foods recently, but the show goes on. Today, I was browsing through Reddit during my lunch break, and I saw that I missed a post from yesterday saying that Handong had released another Chinese single, which obviously only got promoted in the Chinese circles, so like on her personal Weibo and stuff like that. And so, I figured let it be kind of a very convenient day to just go back on all the Handong little singles that she's done. She has one other official release, solo release, from what I could find online from like looking through it for the past couple hours. She obviously had her solo in Apocalypse Save Us, so we'll listen to that as well. And then she has two covers or like special clips on DC channel, which were one was 3 years ago and one I believe was sometime in the past year or year and a half. So we're going to check out all five today because I kind of want to take it a little bit easy today. And there's two other videos that have come out that I'm curious about. Craxy, is that how you pronounce it? And I Chillin' Head releases today, both of whom I have no idea, nothing about. So, but I thought I'd warm myself up, get kind of back into the swing of things. Hopefully, just use it as a way to see how well my body can handle watching and talking over videos today. But without further ado, boom. Now I should come clean right off the bat. I don't know a lick of Mandarin, so I'm going to be relying on subtitles, which should be fine. Two, I don't know what these original songs are apart from her solo from the last album, because I've binged that album so many times since it's come out. So I know what that song is. That's, I believe, the only song that will have any form of Korean in it, if I remember correctly. And I think that's it for all the points I needed to make. Yeah, so 1 out of 5. This is, I forget when this was. This was 3 years ago, I think. Yeah, July of 2019. So more than 3 years ago. And it's an OST for, I think it's a film or, yeah, it's a film. It says right at the top, so. Go for a little 30-minute deep dive with Dongi. So 3, 2, 1.
我在这里等着你，这不是恶作剧，你是我最难解的一道题。
Oh god. I also don't know Korean, at least not well enough to read it. Something about her voice just works with this kind of music, I feel like. It's like, her voice has this, like, richness to it that's so unique among the rest of the DC members. And, like, her singing Mandarin just fits. I don't know, it just works. And, I mean, she is Chinese, so it makes sense why it works, but it just works, you know? And from what I've read on the Chinese release that dropped, I think yesterday or 2 days ago now, it's much more the same, where it's just her voice just going on an emotional assault on your heartstrings. So I'm very much looking forward to it. It's in Korean now. Is it in Korean now? Did we switch languages halfway through that? Because it kind of sounded like that entire second verse was in Korean. Shout out 7 Dreamers one time. They did a lot of subs back in D. Okay, so this is the official first release of hers in China. No official MV or anything like that, because they were all released on Chinese platforms only. I know it makes sense why, but the way, like, so if you look at word structure in the Mandarin, if you compare like the ends of words and letters of Mandarin from Hangul, just the way like certain phrases end, like the trailing sound after the beginning consonant, when it's with Mandarin, Handong's voice works so well with it, obviously because it's her like native language and stuff, but there's like an extra bit of satisfaction hearing her sing in Mandarin than you get when you hear her sing in Korean. And like her singing in Korean is one of like the most underrated like vocal parts in K-pop for me personally. It's like her and Oogie, especially when they sing in their lower register, they have this different richness from the rest of the group that just works so well. The way that faded out there was nice too. I'm gonna blame the unofficial rip for this, but there's definitely some audio compression issues that I'm picking up on mine when I'm listening to it, but I'm definitely gonna blame that on the fact that this isn't an official streaming page, that it's probably just a rip from it. Unfortunately, I don't have access to the official streaming sites. The way that fades out. Very nice. Very tasty. This I have seen before. Oh god, my throat.
下雨天了怎么办？我好想你，不敢打给你，我找不到原因。为什么失眠的声音变得好熟悉？沉默的场景，
This must have been. Was this Arai era? Or was this? This must have been between Arai and Summer Holiday, I think. But like high key, low key, high key. Handong rock songs like this. She has a voice very much suited to an OST, like Yuri. 怎样的雨，怎样的夜，怎样的我能让你更想念？雨要多大，天要多黑，才能够有你的体贴？其实没有我，你分不出那些差别，结局还能多明显？别说你会难过，别说你想改变。 怎样的雨，怎样的夜，我能让你更想念？雨要多大，天要多黑，才能够有你的体贴？其实没有我，你分不出那些差别，结局还能多明显？别说你会难过， I love when she flips up into that falsetto flip there from her chest voice. And like the song is really calm because you get this extra bit of airiness into her falsetto that you can really pick up on, and it works so well because like her lower rich voice also has a little bit of airiness to it, but that airiness is emphasized when the falsetto flip happens, and it works so well for her voice, especially in a song like this where it's just nice and calm and simple. I think why her solo, which I think is the next song that I have queued up. Yes. Works so well. And it's like, I don't know who to reach out to or like scream into the ether, but please get her on an OST of sorts. Doesn't even have to be a Korean one, just get her voice on an OST, man. We got Suwa on an OST this year. We can get Handong on an OST next year. Been a hot minute since I watched this video. And no subs, I keep forgetting. Maisel era really gave us a lot of content to watch. really does feel like a cup of hot chocolate on a winter day. It's very warming and calming, which is ideally something I would like right now, but I don't think I could handle drinking it right now. Also, I think I just found my thumbnail shot for the video. Awesome. I need to remember that. Also, completely unrelated, my architecture brain is freaking out at those glass block windows back there. Handong, please have mercy on me. What's up? Hold on, wait. I love this vocal effect. I kind of wish the instruments here also had the same effect, and then that the effect slowly went away, and then completely went away for this flourish here, but I'm nitpicking at this point. And this is the best, like, this is the best ending. And the switch to Mandarin. 任时光变迁，模糊从前，挥挥手说再见，圆圈画下句点。Ooh-wee. Hold on, before we get to the solo that just dropped, oh man, that outro for her solo is indescribable. I still remember the first time I listened to it, when I was listening to the entire album for the first time. You expect kind of like the song to end with one more phrase of the chorus, a repeated phrase of the chorus, with just her voice. Then she says her first line, and then she switches into Korean during the second line. Or from Korean to Mandarin in the second line. And then once she gets the latter half of that phrase, the reverb kicks in, and it's like her voice ringing out into the ether, and it's so cool. And just, oh man, I still get goosebumps listening to it. And it's, if I'm being brutally honest, it's not my favorite solo from the member solos in that album. But I think the song itself has possibly the most impactful section out of all the solos that's on that album, is that outro with her voice just isolated on its own, and just the way it switches into Mandarin mid-phrase is just so cool and such a flex, and I love it so much. Anyways, this is the one that dropped yesterday or 2 days ago. It does have subtitles on it, so I'm going to try and pay attention to it because we don't have visuals, but again, I don't know Mandarin, so I'm not even going to try and pronounce that. Because one, I don't know how to, and two, I don't even know what that says without the help of Google Translate. But in English, it's that day. Here we go. Oh!
雾总是会有彩虹，大雾散去才会有晴空。你让熟悉的人变陌生，又让遗落的人再次重逢。爱情并不是平等，期待转瞬间落空。花飘的方向曾是有你的星空。秋天是到访者的春天，于是我学着绕开思念。原来我早已习惯失眠，失眠总要好过于执念。承诺还来不及被兑现，遗憾就已将未来填满。别问遥远有多么遥远，因为忘了那天。那天我忘了承诺，忘了原则，话没好好说，怪我执着，怪我沉默，要究竟对错？为什么温柔的话停在了嘴边，关于爱的情节停在双肩？对你将爱说的义正辞严，却忘了把理由彻底讲一遍。对不起，我的情绪沦陷，我该抱歉。那天我忘了爱着，忘了自我，如果有如果，不会说或是我执着，好好去认错。狠心的话说出后，是我自责，能否拥有重新爱的资格？原谅过去
I love the string section behind it too. It's so good.
就是新的一年，但为了你，我的余生还怎样能够转换你走那天？可记忆里面的海仍然在。
Is this the bridge already? Holy crap, that was quick.
人在窗沿，期待雨的春天。那天我忘了承诺，忘了原则，话没好好说，怪我执着，怪我沉默，要究竟对错？为什么温柔的话停在了嘴边，关于爱的情节停在瞬间？对你将爱说的义正辞严，却忘了把理由彻底讲一遍。对不起，我的情绪沦陷，我该抱歉。那天我忘了爱着，忘了自我，如果有如果，不会说或是我执着，好好去认错。狠心的话说出后，是我自责，能否拥有重新爱的资格？原谅过去，那就是新的一天；痛了过去，那就是新的一年。但为了你，我的余生还怎样能够转换你走那天
Oh my lord. This may be a hot take for some people, but I prefer this to her solo from the album. Like, I absolutely. When it comes to pop music, or like just any music in general that isn't purely classical music, there's three things I love. Is really emotionally relatable lyrics, strings incorporated into non-classical music, and ballads. Those are like three factors of a non-classical song that I absolutely adore, and this ticks off all three boxes absolutely immaculately. There's a reason. I mean, personal anecdote, relatable thing. I grew up in a musical household. My mother is like a music school graduate, has a degree in piano, is a music teacher at a KA private school, yada yada yada. I grew up playing, or I tried learning the piano because, a stereotypical Asian kid in an Asian household, grew up trying to play piano. I didn't have the coordination for it, but I played violin for 11, 12 years or so. Played guitar casually for about 6. I recently picked up the Iwi. It's an electronic synth that's played like a wind instrument. So you play using your breath instead of like keys on a traditional synthesizer. So I don't want this. I don't want to come off as like bragging or anything, but I really do like. I think I have a fairly wide range of like musical background in terms of exposure. Like classical music, grew up playing it, but grew up listening to 80s music. And that's where I think where my love of ballads comes from. And this is so gorgeous. It's like, we're gonna go back to the beginning and we're gonna listen to this again because it's my channel, I can do what I want. But what happens in a ballad is there's certain types of ballads within like the like subcategories within the overall genre of a ballad is songs that just take you to a place where you feel like comfortable or like isolated in a good way. Like everything around you is completely shut off and you're in like a little bubble of happiness. There's the ballads that just it goes immediately at your heartstrings that make you bawl your eyes out. And there's like the middle section where you kind of meet in the middle. It's like, okay, I got some tears welling up, but it's like happy, like bittersweet tears almost. I don't actually know where this falls under because the music makes me want to like sway along and put me in a happy place. But the lyrics say otherwise, so I guess it kind of meets in the middle. But like K-pop ballads, I know this is technically C-pop, but if we pull some like references from Korea side, ones that I can think of off the top of my head, Eyes ones, As We Dream or Yume o Miteru Aida and Memory are very good examples of ballads that I really enjoy. Jin's Epiphany, Wendy's Like Water is a very good example. Can I think of any other like really impressive ballads recently? Hidalso's URs can also fit in that as well, I think. I'm trying to think. I have all my albums on the bookshelf over here, and I'm trying to see if I have any references. But yeah, the ones that I just listed off there are like K-pop ballads that immediately come to mind. It had a really big effect on me off the first listen. And even though this is C-pop into itself, I think this qualifies as well because I absolutely adored that. So we're gonna go again. If you listen through that entire ramble, congratulations because you have a lot more patience than I do. But go again, Handong, please. I'm gonna crank the volume in my headphones a little bit more. I love the strings. Oh, I know they're probably MIDI, but... And then the strings are going here. It's just piano and Handong. Oh. And then it's acoustic guitar and really simple percussion here. The melodic progression where it builds on top of itself. Perfection. And even her voice here is going slowly up the register as the instrumental below it does as well. It's this flourish that gets me. It's so well done. Oh. That falsetto flip? Oh yes. And it keeps going. I love the strings. I miss my violin. This still blows my mind. Well, not blows my mind, it confuses me so much because it feels like this entire like minute and a half almost, or minute to minute and a half, is one chorus, and then it just immediately goes into the bridge, but there must be a second verse in there somewhere. Unless it really is like the second verse is just the chorus. In that case, that is very creative songwriting, and I'm very much in love with it. But this chorus is so glorious. And then go again. Go again. Oh. Take everything away. Oh. And then all the instrumentals are gone. Oh. Oh, man. I love that so much. Wow. I'm like gobsmacked by that. That was so good. Oh. I had no expectations whatsoever going into this, which, you know, is the general story of how I approach most things. But, whew, I do feel all warm and bubbly inside. And I don't think that's a fever kicking back in. Because that was... Oh man. I'm definitely going back and listening to that over and over today. Because that was... I've never been so relaxed listening to a song that was so like emotionally captivating for me. Because usually, when it's a song that plays the heartstrings, I'm usually either crying at the end of it, trying to hold in the tears at the end of it, or emotionally exhausted. I'm none of those three right now. I feel awake, like spiritually awake from listening to that song. Which is a very good place, I feel like, to be in the state that I'm in right now. Because if I get better after listening to this song today 100,000 times or whatever, it's an over-exaggeration, I'm just trying to make a point, then, you know, no amount of paracetamol or ibuprofen can beat Handong's smooth and lovely vocals. And I'm not a doctor. But you don't need a prescription for Handong's vocals, so. Anyways. That was such a good time, and I loved it to bits. I love her to bits. I'm so glad I've just flat out refused to pick a singular bias in Dreamcatcher, because I don't think my heart could be able to handle the constant six-way bias wrecking that happens every time I take in a piece of content, because there's there's no way you can be faithful to one, or for me, that I could be faithful to one singular person in this group because they are just all so brilliant and talented and wonderful and lovely and I love alting this group so much. Anyways, that's it from me today. Hopefully you enjoyed. And give Handong some love. Go check out. If you're able to do it on official streaming sites, then go do it. Usually the Dreamcatcher subreddits where I go to get my information and stuff. And Twitter's also a thing, but you know, Twitter's kind of a mess right now. But anyways, I cannot wait for more Dreamcatcher content to drop because I'm never gonna get tired of Dreamcatcher stuff. Their music, their variety content, they're just everyday content. Like I see Yuhyun's new vlog down there. I see Tommy Solo's up there, which I've seen too many times. But that's it for me. If you want to check out more from me, channel icon is up there. Like, subscribe, keep up to date with whenever I upload new videos. And if you want to check out another video of mine right away, down there YouTube recommends you watch that video. And until next time, bye bye.